It's December 5th, 2025, but winter feels far away for much of Europe. Instead of frosty mornings, we're waking to gray skies and relentless rain. A strong westerly flow from the Atlantic is driving this pattern, bringing wave after wave of low-pressure systems. The UK and much of Western Europe are stuck in a loop of wet, windy, and unusually mild weather. Rivers are high, the ground is saturated, and flooding risks are rising after a record wet November. Daytime highs in southern England are around 9 to 11, so more like October than December. Across Ireland, France, and beyond, the story is the same: unsettled, mild, and damp. The cold Arctic air we expect in winter is being diverted elsewhere. For now, Europe remains in the mild sector, with no sign of a wintry change. The forecast leading up to Christmas: more rain, more wind, and above-average temperatures. While some enjoy the milder weather, many are weary of the constant gloom. Why is this happening? And is there hope for a traditional winter later this month? Let's dig into the numbers and the global patterns behind this soggy start to winter. November set the stage for December's flooding, with record rainfall in parts of Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. The ground was already saturated before December began, leaving nowhere for new rain to go. Over 100 millimeters of rain fell across most of England and Wales, with Snowdonia drenched by over 400 millimeters. The southwest and hilly regions saw 155 to 177 mm, and southeastern Scotland was also soaked. This left the landscape primed for flooding as December's rain arrived. Early December has brought even more heavy rain, especially to southwest Wales, northwest England, and southwest Scotland. These areas face into the moist westerly winds, which rise over hills and mountains, squeezing out even more rain. The result: swollen rivers, flood warnings, and muddy sodden ground. The sheer volume of water over the past 6 weeks is why the impact is so severe. Even average December rainfall would be a problem now, but more is on the way. Communities near rivers and low-lying land are especially at risk. The numbers tell a clear story. The ground can't cope, and the rain keeps coming. Let's see where the cold air has gone, and why Europe is missing out on winter. Why isn't it cold? The answer lies far from Europe. Arctic air is being funneled into North America and East Asia, not Europe. Canada and the US are gripped by freezing temperatures and heavy snow, while Siberia and northern China are also in the deep freeze. This isn't random, it's driven by large-scale atmospheric patterns. A recent stratospheric warming event disrupted the normal flow around the North Pole, pushing cold air away from Europe. A stubborn high-pressure ridge over the North Pacific is steering cold air into Canada, fueling a sharp temperature contrast with the Atlantic. This energizes the jet stream, sending mild, wet systems straight to Europe. Meanwhile, high pressure over Central and Eastern Europe blocks cold air from Siberia. The Atlantic storm track is steered north, keeping Europe mild and wet. It's a complex chain reaction. Patterns over the Pacific and North America are shaping our weather thousands of miles away. Until these patterns shift, Europe stays stuck in the mild, wet zone. But what's really driving our weather? Let's talk about the jet stream. The jet stream is the fast-flowing river of air high above us steering our weather. Right now it's strong and zonal, blasting straight from North America to Europe. This is powered by the sharp temperature contrast between cold North America and the warmer Atlantic. The jet stream acts as a conveyor belt, firing low-pressure systems packed with rain and wind directly at us. There's little break between storms, so the rain feels endless, and temperatures stay mild. If the jet stream were weaker, or wavier, we'd see more settled, or even colder weather. But it's locked in a straight, powerful pattern, keeping Europe in a wet, mild loop. Until the jet stream shifts, the Atlantic will keep sending storms our way. The result: relentless rain, wind, and little sign of winter, chill. But what about the engines behind these systems? Highs and lows. Our weather is a battle between high and low pressure. Low pressure systems bring rising air, clouds, rain, and wind, just what we're seeing now. High pressure systems mean sinking air, clear skies, and calm weather. In winter, high pressure can bring crisp, sunny days, or cold, foggy nights. Right now, low pressure dominates over the Atlantic, with a powerful jet stream steering storms at the UK. high pressure over Central and Eastern Europe blocks these systems from moving further east. The result: the UK and Ireland are in the firing line, while Eastern Europe stays drier. This tug-of-war defines our current weather: wet, windy, and mild. Southerly winds on the edge of the European high are also pulling up warm air, boosting temperatures. For a real change, we'd need a major shift in the position of these highs and lows. Until then, the wet and mild pattern continues. But have we seen this before? Let's look back at December 2013. This pattern feels familiar because it is. December 2013 brought a similar setup. That winter was stormy and wet, with widespread flooding in the UK, especially the Somerset levels. The global ingredients were nearly identical: a high-pressure ridge over the North Pacific, cold air over Canada, and a supercharged Atlantic jet stream. The result was a relentless barrage of storms, record rainfall, and persistent gales. The ground never had time to recover, and flooding lasted for weeks. Today's atmospheric setup is worryingly similar, with the same persistence and risk. It's a reminder of how global weather patterns connect, with events over the Pacific and North America shaping our winter. Forecasters are using 2013 to 14 as a guide for what might happen this year. The message: prepare for more unsettled, wet, and windy weather. So, what would it take for a cold snap to break this cycle? For a true cold winter in Europe, we need a major atmospheric reshuffle. The relentless westerly flow from the Atlantic must be blocked by a strong, stable high-pressure system. The ideal spot? Over Greenland, Scandinavia, or the Urals. A Greenland high would stop the jet stream and allow Arctic air to plunge south, bringing snow and cold. A Scandinavian high would block Atlantic storms and pull in dry, icy air from Siberia, the classic beast from the east. Right now, forecast models show no sign of these blocking patterns forming. The powerful jet stream is set to dominate for the foreseeable future. For a block to form, we'd need big changes high in the stratosphere to weaken the Atlantic winds. Until then, the door to the cold Arctic stays shut, and the Atlantic remains in control. So, what's next in the forecast? The forecast for the next couple of weeks? More of the same. Long-range models show wetter than average conditions for the UK and Western Europe through mid-December. Temperatures will stay above average, with little sign of a wintry change before the 18th. Another Atlantic system is already moving in, bringing more rain to Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and southern UK. Many areas will see over 100 millimeters of additional rain, raising flood risks even further. Mild air will persist, with double-digit highs and few frosts. The powerful jet stream keeps the cold locked away over North America. The run-up to Christmas looks unsettled, with more rain, wind, and little chance of snow except on Scotland's highest peaks. For those hoping for a white Christmas, the odds are very low. The Atlantic remains firmly in charge, but could things change as we head towards Christmas and the new year? As Christmas approaches, the forecast grows more uncertain. While the mild, wet pattern looks set for the next 2 weeks, there are faint hints of possible change later in December. Some global signals, like the Madden-Julian Oscillation and a weaker polar vortex, can sometimes favor colder weather in Europe. But for now, these factors aren't influencing our weather. The Atlantic jet stream is still in control. Any shift would require the jet stream to weaken and allow a blocking high to form. The timing is highly uncertain. It could be late December, January, or not at all. For Christmas Day, a mild and unsettled forecast is most likely, with only a slim chance of a brief cold spell. The dominant signal is for more rain and wind, not snow. In summary, Europe, especially the UK, is stuck in a wet, mild loop with more storms and flooding risk ahead. Unless the pattern shifts, we're set for a very green and very damp Christmas.